ran out of money, and so because of that the animals were being neglected. They had a lack of medical care and food, and so we had to go in and bring in over 130 animals from that particular case. It was, most of them were dogs, but it was a few cats, and so that was overwhelming for us at the shelter because we had to make space and we had to work quickly to be able to provide care to all these animals that were being brought in all at one time. And so, excuse me, that would be one of our recent cases. But we also see them, unfortunately, like on a day-to-day basis, where we get calls about people reporting their neighbors or things that they see in their community. Like, for example, dogs that are being tied up outside when it's really hot or it's really cold and they don't have food, water, shelter, or they're really sick, or maybe they're really skinny. So we see a lot of problems, and these are calls that we get every day.
What are some animals that live in your shelters that have been abused and which ones can be adopted?
So right now we have about 750 animals. They come in 3 ways. Usually they come in like as strays, like my little buddy Ralphie here. He came in as a stray originally. And then the second way that they come in is when the owners don't want them, so then they turn them into us. And then the third way is when they're being neglected, right, so abused, so we go in and confiscate. That means we have to take them away from their homes. So right now we have a couple of dogs from Orange Cove, a case that we did an investigation on, and so some of those dogs are at the shelter and they're still in need of a home. And so we do encourage people to come in and adopt them because these animals have been through a lot, and so they really could use a good home.
What are some ways that the community can help with signs of animal abuse?
So when somebody suspects that there may be animal abuse or neglect in their community, even if it's a stray, we recommend that they definitely report it. Our number is actually really easy to remember. It's 233-SPCA. So give us a call if you think that there may be any abuse happening in your community. And then also, if you have pets, you want to take really good care of those pets. Make sure that they have their shots, that they're already spay or neutered, and that you have a really good fence so they don't get out and then get hurt or bite somebody or something like that. So we have to learn to be responsible ourselves and take care of our own animals, so they don't get themselves into trouble or have to show up at the shelter unfortunately lost because they might have gotten out or something like that, or they're not out in the community multiplying. That's also something that we worry about. So we definitely worry about animal abuse, but we also worry about those animals that have owners that might not be getting like all the services that they require.
Can you tell us about yourself and what you do?
I am a humane educator at the Central California SPCA. My job is to talk to the community on how to be responsible pet owners, and then also to educate them about basic pet laws, and then as well as talking to students to learn how to take care of their pets, and then also how to stay safe and not get bit by dogs. So I do a little bit of everything, and then I also work with volunteers, and so it's just a lot of work that we have going on at the shelter, and we can always use helpers to come in and then provide some care to some of our little furry kids.
How can you become a foster parent and how can you help volunteer?
So we take volunteers as low as 8 years old on above. They can start volunteering, and then to be a foster parent you have to be 18 or older. And then some of our foster parents usually take our puppies and kittens. They take care of them until they're old enough to get adopted. So if they're less than 2 months old, then they'll take them and then bring them back when they're old enough at 2 months. And then the volunteers that are part of our regular volunteers that work at the shelter, they usually help us by sorting through donations, working with the customers. They help us at events and promote the adoptable animals, and then they also help with cleaning and things like that, or office work at the shelter. So we have volunteer opportunities for different kinds of people, and as long as you're 8 and older, you can start volunteering.